hey. You gotta think about it. Think about it.
Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well. I'm here to do a trilogy of thank yous. So I've been a bit of a lazy ass, but a few people have sent me some gifts, which is jolly kind, and I thought I'd whiz through them. In fact, there's a fourth person that sent me some films, but we'll cover those bits off in the next DVD, film, movie, Blu-ray collection video that I do. But yeah, and in the background we've got the Geordie, we've got GSG, we've got Mark in his new abode, and he's already done a pretty awesome job setting up his games room, and he's going through a stack of films and a few gifts and loads of PlayStation stuff, unsurprisingly. So go and check that out. Bit of subtitles. I'm hard of hearing, honestly. It's nothing to do with northern southern dialects or anything like that. But yeah, if what I say is a load of tosh, excuse me, then you can watch his video through this video. Doesn't sound right, does it? So yeah, the first item, these are all equally friggin' awesome, genuinely all equally friggin' awesome. So I'm just gonna show them in the order that they turned up. So the first one is he's into his video games, but his channel is mainly toy focused, and it's friggin' awesome. It's Luke Reynolds Reviews, and I'll leave links to all three in the description. And he's into loads of similar toys and cartoons and things to myself, and probably a lot of you guys and gals if there's any watching. Mask, Star Wars, I think a bit of Thundercats. He collects like Brave Star. I think he's getting into his like G.I. Joe Action Force stuff as well, but he's got a phenomenal collection. So there's a mask group, as in the cartoon toy range mask, nothing too kinky and sexual, and he's the moderator on it, but he puts up lots of bits to sell and move on. So he had like a couple of bits, and I said, I'm really interested in them, how much, and he pinged it on. Didn't want any money, didn't want any blooming P&P. So really, really nice. So there's a couple of bits in there. The second one is the one which probably was the one I really, really was excited about. But the first one is a card back for a figure that's obviously been removed, or even it's an accessory, like weapon pack. But a bit like this kind of era and the Star Wars era. Card backs are still very collectible for the images, and also for seeing what other toys and what what else was within the range at that time. And I guess it helps if you want to go a bit full set on certain things, or certain ranges and series, then these kind of help. But the main thing is they just look pretty freaking awesome. So obviously the top bits are beaut, but the main bit, which is awesome, is on the back, so you can see all the rescue mission adventure gear. So that's really smart. See, by Kenner, did all the Star Wars stuff in the US, and this is really what I was after. So it's basically try and show it as best I can. I did a little short on it, I think, but it's a poster showing obviously all the toys, all the figures, the vehicles from the first series, and this was probably the series that I was most into. Maybe I got a little long in the tooth, a bit old, and into other stuff as the other. I think it was a few series that they made of the toy range, and a hell of a lot of cartoons as well. But I did have a lot of these, and I remember one Christmas, a combination of my mum, auntie, kind of friends of the family who got me various like mask bits. And the mega one was Boulder Hill, the HQ of the goodies. So I'd not entirely sure what happened to it. Most of the toys and the figures, apart from that, I've still got, and they were up in my mum and dad's loft when they kind of downsized. I kind of rooted around and found them, and I was like, bloody hell, that's great. But the mystery of Boulder Hill probably sold on. Presumably, it was such a big toy, huge box it was kept in. So maybe the box was just chucked out after Christmas Day. I'm not too sure, but I did manage to buy that back 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was from Nerd Base. They got one in, and I was in there super pronto. I think they literally flashed up the picture of it on their Facebook page on the Friday, and then Saturday morning, as soon as they opened, I was in there saying, okay, let's have a look at it. So I've got that. But yeah, this is really nice. I had more bloody room. Maybe some stage in life if I do get more room, which is unlikely, but I would, something to get framed. There's a lot of nice things out there to frame, get up on the wall, but I think this is pretty spectacular, and it really resonates from a nostalgia point of view, because Mask was way up there with me, like Star Wars, Mask, Thundercats, probably the holy trilogy of my collecting and like figure habits for sure around that time. So yeah, massive thank you to Luke. Go and check out his channel. It really is, it's awesome. He religiously puts out videos every Sunday, and he appears frequently on live streams, but just a really nice guy, loves his toys and super generous. So cheers, mate. I do really appreciate it. And moving on, the next set of stuff that arrived was from Steve. So this is a 911 Gaming, or 9EG, I guess. I think if you look him up on YouTube, again, I'll put details to the channel below. But yeah, we did a bit of I wouldn't say like a trade. I think we just pinged each other a few bits and bobs. He had something I was interested in, like a NES game, and pinged that on, and he sent me some other bits around the same time. Like I say, I don't want to kind of treat it in trade territory. But yeah, first up, game I don't have and I haven't yet played. If I get a chance, I'll overlay some footage if I bloody remember. But for the Game Boy Color, F1 Racing. So yeah, not entirely sure if it's a kind of a behind the car or a top down job, but we'll have a look. A lot of the driving games of this kind of era were behind the car on the Color, but I might be completely wrong. Don't recollect that game at all. He sent me. We'll keep the F1 vibe going, but these got a few PC Engines, or 3 PC Engine games, so which are really, really generous of him. Originally I thought it was I keep my train tickets in these as a little kind of ticket holder, but he'd done it obviously to look after the card. So the first one we've got is F1 Circus, which is a top-down driving game, really fast, really bloody difficult. A lot of options in there around, the car setup, the track setup, the race setup. It looks really nice, and it's one of those where you really need to play it quite a few times to get your head around the track and the cornering. Because even though for the very aggressive corners, you get the arrows giving you a bit of a heads up that a big old corner's about to happen, but you haven't got long to really sort yourself out. So if you know the track, probably do a lot better than I did on my first couple of attempts. I really quite like my baseball games. I'm crap at them, but I do like them. So I was at Power League 3, so I had to play this a couple of nights ago, and didn't manage to get any runs, but kind of got my head around the game itself. I mean, there's a lot of it seems to be timing when it comes to, obviously, when you're batting, kind of striking away, but when you're pitching, when it's like bowling, like cricket, I think when you're pitching the ball, it's more to do with the direction of the control pad, and almost a bit of after touch, or even when the ball is at kind of out, it's kind of swerving it round, but you've got to make sure you keep it within the perimeter, and it's not kind of out of limits, out of bounds. You get it too broad, then it doesn't count. But very hard, but a lot going on with a game of that time, and it does. Again, it looks pretty decent. So this one, really, really nice one. So this is, he had to kind of explain what it is. I looked it up at the same time, but it's a game called Energy. Again, I've given it a couple of plays. It is tough, but you basically play. I'm assuming it's the nice blonde haired dude in the middle, and he's basically living in. It's almost like an alien infested city. And so there's loads of aliens kind of after. It's a bit of an action kind of platformer kind of approach to it, and you go from kind of screen to screen, and you get some enemies. I wrong on certain screens. If you just hang there, the enemies just keep respawning and coming back. But you kind of move on, and then quite quickly you get to some. There's quite a lot of dialogue with Japanese, but with the Google Translate on the phone, you kind of get through that. It doesn't kind of spoil any of the gameplay. But yeah, very quickly you get to some pretty chunky sized, bosses. A bit more acrobatics needed to get through the stages. You've only got one life, so it is a tough game. If I was to be really critical, it is bloody tough. And the other point is, it's one of those games that makes you watch the intro every friggin' time that you start it. But the gameplay itself and it's a bit weird, but like the jump mechanics when you're doing those platform bits are pretty neat, and the variety of enemies makes it worth playing. But I don't know how far I'll ever get in that one. He did send me like a guide on how to get through it. I don't know if it's like a video. I need to check it out, like property, and some kind of hints and tips. But yeah, one to go back to for sure. It was good fun. And lastly, we've got a DVD, because I'm getting physical again with DVDs, and it's a Transformers one, and it is, I guess, it's a selection of episodes. It's not a particular series. It's almost what they deem to be the best of the best. So I haven't had a chance to watch this, but it's a good 223 minutes. We've got 10 episodes on there. Pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, so that's the second very kindly sent gift. So yeah, cheers Steve, really really nice of you, and loving the PC Engine. Got quite a few PC Engine like pickups, and I've reorganised my collection as well. The wife hates me even more because I've added a further I guess like a bit of a CD rack in the lounge, and they're just all there because they're hidden away in the cupboard, and they look quite nice, but some of them were double stacked. And also with the spine is predominantly, it's Japanese writing, so it's okay once you get the box out and you look at the game and you know what it is, but it's a lot easier just to have them all A to Z. So if it's at A to Z, I've split them from the Hue card ones to the CD ones, so getting a lot of fun. That's probably a video for a future time. And yeah, we've been talking a little bit about the guy behind at the top of this video, and yeah, so GSG has very kindly sent me a few bits. He messaged me, I'm trying to think, not that long ago, and said, look, I've got some stuff to send. There was one film, he said, have you got this? And I was like, no, I don't, like an Arrow film, which I'm, again, so many bloody rabbit holes, I'm getting really into those. I said, I don't have that one. And I thought I'd seen the film, but I was thinking of something completely different. And then off the back of that, yeah, the cheeky buggers sent me other bits. So we got a bit Marvel to start with, some cool figures. So we've obviously got Captain America. We've got the Hulk. He's pretty freaking awesome. These will be adorning my shelves upstairs. And not all Marvel, got a bit of DC. Got the Batman. So they're really nice, really cool. We have got these, which are kind of like metallic prints. So we've got a bit of Pac-Man, a bit of Space Invaders chucked in. And we've got Mario, and if you look very closely, it's a picture made up of other pictures. So see a metal one on the back. And then his good sibling, the brother Luigi. So these are really cool. Again, I need some space, some wall space to kind of frame these things. I don't know if this was a giveaway, a bit of a bonus item if you bought Tears of a Kingdom from a certain place. But I don't think I've got this one, although I have got Tears of the Kingdom. It's the poster. I haven't opened it yet. It's all sealed. So that's pretty cool. The old link. So yeah, that's fab. I missed a picture there. Got another one. And yeah, we've got 2 more bits. Bloody great Marvel museum book, which goes through a lot of history of the comics. But just trying to find a lovely, look at that, just random page. Spider-Man chapter. It's really nice, not just how it's printed, but the paper itself. It's very, very well done. I've got some Marvel, Star Wars stuff, including the print that's hanging upstairs in the little games room. So you haven't checked, maybe that's in here somewhere. We'll have to have a look. And then finally we've got the film, and the film is The Last House on the left. Obviously, I think I've mentioned before, it's like an Arrow. This one's distributed by Arrow, and they try and go back and get films again around this time, but predominantly films that are as unedited as possible, but then chucking in as many special features as possible. So this is, I think it's his first, like Wes Craven's might be the first film he directed. Shoot me down if I'm talking a load of BS. It's certainly an early one that he did. I don't know if it's late. It's early 70s, so 1972. So it must be an early Wes film. And it's got, I had to describe it, it's going to sound wrong, but it's got porno vibes in respect of the acting, and also some of the cinematography. But that's because it's around that kind of time. But it's like clumsy acting, because it's pretty haunting. But maybe it's more the lines and the delivery of them. It's definitely some porno vibes without the porn. Maybe that'll be the name of this video when I get some more views. But I watched it. I'm trying to think. I watched it earlier on in the week, and I've got to say, I mean, things have kind of upped a level, haven't they, in terms of like violence in movies and it's shocking stuff. But this is still pretty like brutal. I'm not going to do like any crazy spoilers, but high level plot. There's a teenage, must be late teen girl and her friend who likes to smoke a doob or two. They're going to the city, which is a bit like New York, to watch a band. And at the same time, like a gang of crooks escape from crooks. Very American, isn't it? They escape from jail, and they're like, there's a kind of a mass murderer in there. There's a bloody paedophile in there. And they're mixed up with a girl that's with them, like a lady who's just a complete like psychopath. I don't think you really find out her backstory. Might be wrong, don't remember that. But and then the serial killer's son's there, and then it's basically the father's got the son like hooked on heroin, so he can kind of control him. And they basically abduct these 2 girls, and then that's quite near the beginning. There's not a big kind of spoiler, and then the rest of the film is kind of what happens thereafter. But it's some pretty brutal scenes, and some of it you don't see, you hear or what's going on through the dialogue, and then other parts it's just full bloody gore and the red stuff flying around with knives and chainsaws and guns and all the rest of it. It's one hell of a watch. It really is. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what that makes me. Probably a bit of a psycho. We knew that anyway. And that was it. So big thank you to Mark and to the other 2 guys as well. Really, really kind. And we'll leave it there. Check out the channels. They'll be in the description. His video's finished, so this one should as well. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.